Okay, so welcome to the video, Unethical Ways on how you can get clients for your agency, consulting business, or a B2B coaching business. So let's get into it. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is money in first. So this is going to be very, very fucking important because you don't want to work for free under any circumstances. What you're going to do is stack as much money in, stack as much capital, and then execute on it. So let's say I'm going to, throughout this video, I'm going to take it as an example as if you're running an e-com agency. Now, you might be, but you probably are not. So just keep it up with me because this is just an example that I'm going to take. So you don't want to work for free. If a client asks you, hey, they do free trials, fuck no, I don't do them because you don't. Free trials are bullshit. I used to take on clients for free, no upfront payments, not even technical costs. So I would even go into the red on them. And it went to shit because they weren't committed. Because what happens is actually three things happen when they pay upfront. Let's say you're running an e-com agency once again, and you're running ads for these D2C brands. Okay, three things happen when they pay you upfront. Instead of just ad spend and then you work for free or on low commissions. Now commissions are totally fine. I work on commissions myself, but you want to get some upfront payment, you know, ultimately. So three things happen. The first one is you're happy, probably very important to you, or at least you're satisfied. You fill out your need with the progress, right? You fill out your need to progress. The second thing is the client is committed, so they are actually in it with you. And the third thing is really very, very, very important. They see the value. So people think that if they charge less, it's going to be more valuable. But if you charge more, it's going to perceive as more valuable. Now, you probably saw that in Alex Hormozy videos already, but it is true. I've tested it myself. So money correlates to value, and the more you charge, the more valuable it's going to seem. Now, it's not going to be manageable for a lot of people if you charge tens of thousands of dollars, but it's going to seem more valuable than if you charge, okay, 1K. So you just want to get this point across. Know your worth, charge money up front, and get as much money in, and then focus on the fulfillment. Because if you focus on the fulfillment first, it's your business is going to shit. Let me tell you like this. Because if you get the money in, you're gonna get 3 to 4 times better results. And I'm gonna talk about this in the principle number three. But first of all, the second of all, let's talk about the SPY approach. Let's talk about it. So this is essentially what you're going to do if you're starting out and you don't have enough information about your niche, or if you are already established and your sales KPIs, your appointment booking rate is not good enough. What you're going to do, once again, you're an e-com agency owner, something like that. This is you disguised as a spy. So you're going to be a spy. You're very happy. You look a bit stupid. You probably don't look like this in real life, but you're going to come into this marketing agency that does the same thing as you. So if you're an e-commerce agency owner, so you basically own an agency helping e-commerce stores, you're going to come into this other agency who also helps e-commerce stores, and you're going to present yourself as a prospect. So that's why you have the hat on. That's why you're a spy. And you're going to create a website with a fake product. You can start a free trial on Shopify, or some bullshit like that for this example. And then just create a fake bullshit. You want to create a fake website with a fake product. If you're in the home improvement niche, just create a fake website using WordPress or Lovable or some shit. And then you're going to present yourself as if you're the owner of this brand. And then you're going to come on a sales call. Say you're making like 20K a month with this store, or you have this product, you want to scale it. And then what you're going to do essentially is ask for their ad creatives. Like before you want to make a decision, you want to see what kind of an ad creatives they're doing, because you saw you were doing something in the past and it didn't work. You just think of something, just lie, man. um I don't suggest lying, in other cases, but in this one, it's your competition and you want to destroy them, so you should lie. And then you're going to get as much info from this agency as possible. So this is going to represent info, and you're going to just farm the information out of this agency, out of your competition. So this is the second principle, the spy approach. Now the third one is more money For the sake of me, I can't even spell money. Equates, yields, better results. Now this looks a bit retarded, but it gets the point across. So more money really yields better results because the more they pay you, the more they are committed, as I've said in this principle right here. And the more capital, the more workforce and the more knowledge you can get yourself into. So let's say, take this example once again. Let's say you come to this prospect and they say, yeah, I can do only $500 upfront. Now this is going to be very bad for you because you're only going to have $500 of capital to spend on VAs, to do whatever, on people who are going to, I don't know what the fuck they're going to do. They're going to do something, but you're not going to have enough capital to basically execute. And in the worst case, let's say, now on the other hand, let's say you have this prospect who can pay you $3,000 upfront for 2 months of running their ad campaigns. Now what you can do with $3,000 is a lot more than $500. You probably should understand it because you're not stupid. But the reason he's gonna do more is because you people are gonna willing are going to be willing, fucking for the sake of me, I can't even pronounce something. They're gonna be willing to really help you on this campaign, right? So let's say you come to a media buyer, you found them on Facebook, and you say, yeah, so I'm running this campaign, just I'll pay you $500 and you help me create those ads, give me 2 hours. Well, a lot of media buyers who are very experienced are going to be willing to give 2 hours away for $500, of course. And you're going to basically be able to nail in the fulfillment. So this is how you nail in the fulfillment. You charge money up front, and that's why everybody is doing it. I'm gonna give you two more principles. I know this is a lot of value. I know this is a lot of value already because this is what I did when I started the agency, and I'm still doing some of this right now. But of course, I'm not using the spy approach anymore. I used to do it when I started, and it worked really great. And this is really another way I was able to build out of all of my systems. So the fourth principle, this is not really a principle, it's just a technique that you can use. Ask, process, weaponize. So this is going to be very applicable for cold calls and for sales calls, so for sales meetings. So what you're going to do is you're going to ask questions on the sales call or on a cold call. Let's just take as an example on a sales call. You're going to be asking all of these questions like how is your brand doing right now? How many clients are getting in every single month? Um, is acquisition good? How many sales are you getting in? Blah blah blah. You're going to ask all these questions, and then you're going to process them. Just have some notes on the call, like you should. Just have some notes, and then you're going to process them. So you're going to write them down, and after they talk some bullshit because a lot of prospects just yap on the call, and you can process this information. Okay, so you can think about this. And once they give you objections, which about 80% of the time they will, or they will just tell you that they're not interested, or they were just gonna buy from you, which is probably the best thing that can happen. But it's usually not gonna happen. They're gonna have some objections. So you need to weaponize them against their information against them. So let's take it as an example. They tell you, I have this gym product, I have this dumbbell, and I sold only 20 dumbbells this month. So this is going to be your prospect. This is their product, their shitty product. This is your prospect, a businessman, an e-commerce owner, whatever, dropshipper. I don't know why this is here. I didn't intend on doing this, but they have a problem, right? They only are getting 20 sales, and then you're going to weaponize this. You're going to weaponize this against them, and once they tell you they need to think about it, you're going to say, yeah. So what do you need to think about? Like your business is going to crash. You're only getting 20 sales, and you have about a 30% profit margin on that. And you told me that if you continue doing what you're doing, your business is going to crash. So you need to think about your business crashing. Is that what you need to think about? Now, of course, do it in a more professional manner, because if you do it like this, they're just gonna leave the call because you're going to seem hostile. But you want to do it in more of like this way. Okay, so earlier, John, you told me that you're getting about 20 sales every single month, right? On this new dumbbell bullshit product. And you told me that if you don't sell more, your business is going to crash. Now, accounting that your ads are underperforming right now, you have to think about either if your business is going to crash or if you want to scale it up. Is that it? So you want to ask it in this way, okay? This is what you want to do here. Now, the last principle is going to be ends justify the means. Now I'm new to this YouTube bullshit. It's so hard to write on the whiteboard while speaking. I don't know why, man, but it's so hard to talk about something and just write other words. It's weird, but essentially ends justify the means. Just this seems very Machiavellian, very like 48 laws of power bullshit. And I did read the book. It's great. Um, but this is not where I got the idea from. I got this idea from actual sales calls and fulfillment processes when I was fulfilling on clients. And what I realized is that they don't care about how you get them results. They care that you do get them results. So results method. Now methodology, your method is going to matter on the sales call, right? It's going to matter because they might have some bad experience with Facebook ads, so you're going to have to come up with some objection handling techniques around that. But when you're actually fulfilling, results are the most important. So let me mark it like this. Results are the most important. They don't care if you get them clients through organic, if you already have some clients from some fucking forums or something, if you found them in a Facebook group, or if you're running ads. They don't care. They care that you do, because that's how they make money. So let me put it in red. If you take one thing from this video, it's just money is number one in business. Your legal structure doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to your clients. The taxes don't matter. No, they do. Don't take this as a rule, but they don't matter if you're not making any money. They get what I'm saying? So money is the foundation of your business. If you're not making money, you're just in a bullshit cycle. So this is what you're in if you're not making any money. When you're making less than, let's say, $500 profit a month, this is what you're doing. Bullshit cycle. So this is it for the video. Now do this at your own risk. Not this is not like financial advice or some bullshit. Don't just stop paying your taxes and then getting me to court. But this is just some ideas that you can implement into your business at your own risk, and have a great day.